My name's John Schultz, and I have been working for the past 25 years at the same job, believe it or not, with a company called In Demand, and we distribute on-demand movies, pay-per-view live events, and sports packages for the cable industry. And what's interesting in this whole journey is that the company's being shut down next year, so I'm going to be unemployed in about a year, a little over a year. So, Ron and I have, for years talked about, do we ever want to go back to our roots, go back to our Jersey roots and open up a pizza shop? And we've toyed at this idea. We've, looked at shops. We've talked about, what it could be called. We've shared recipes. We kind of, I think every time we're making pizza or doughs, we're sharing pictures back and forth with each other of how everything's turning out and everything else like that. But so, when the job end kind of came announced, I've been toying about, what do I do next? One of the paths is just dust off the resume and find the next gig. But then, as Ron and I were talking, and we kind of rekindled this idea of could we do something with pizza and start that whole journey that started back all those years ago back in New Jersey. And so, where we've kind of landed, at least the thinking now is, could we open up a pizza truck and theme it after our Jersey pizza recipe and Jersey pizza roots and the sandwiches that we used to make at the pizza shop we were at. So that's kind of where we're at now is, can we figure out what it'll cost, put together a business plan, figure out, is this something that we can do?
John and I have known each other since we were like 10 years old. Met him at Dutch Neck way back in the day in New Jersey. And we became friends on and off again throughout the years, but we're always friends. But John and I have worked together at the pizzeria Al John's. I started there when I was like 14 years old, mopping floors and making boxes. Cleaning dishes and doing all that, then working the way up to making subs and eventually making pizza, which was an honor on Friday nights. If you made it into the pit, then you were a pizza connoisseur. And if you could not keep up with the speed and the pace of, and John's laughing about this, but it's true because he knows if you couldn't keep up, you're out, like they tap you out because you couldn't keep up with making the pies.
So Al John's was your rite of passage for, I think, our generation. If you had a job like that, it was hard work, it was sweaty during the summertime, but it was also a lot of fun. There was a core group of us that were always there every Friday, every Saturday night. And whether we were making dough in the morning, scrubbing, the floors, cleaning out the grease trap, slicing deli meats for sandwiches, whatever it was, it was a lot of work, but then we would also just goof. It almost felt like, we were hazing people at times, but it was all in good fun. Thinking of things we would, just stupid things. We'd stick wet spaghetti noodles in people's straw so that as you were going to take a drink, and you're thirsty, you would just put it in there and prank someone just to have them suck on their Coke or whatever it was. And there they get a wet noodle.
We had, grown up, even going off to college and then coming back again, we would always go back and we always had a job. Hey, pop in there, like, yeah, we need you, come back, So we would always make money on holidays and summers and, we'd always go back and we just had a blast doing it. I was a delivery driver, but I was also a pizza maker. I was a sub maker, cut my fingers quite a few times on the slicer. But John and I had, reacquainted each other when he had moved to Colorado, 1998, I believe. I was here in 97, and we go camping all the time, and sitting by a campfire, we often talked about, it's like, it'd be kind of cool if we opened up our own pizza joint someday. And then it kind of migrated into, what if we did like a pizza truck? Now it's gone into, you know what, we got vehicles that can tow it. It's like, how about a trailer? That's even less expensive. So something low risk, but just a lot of fun to do. Maybe start out doing it on the weekends and just see where it goes. You know, I mean, we think it would be a lot of fun. We're both always making dough at home and making pizzas, and it just could be a lot of fun and a good venture to do with someone that I've known for close to now 40 years. It'd be a lot of fun. Met John obviously back then, and we went to high school together. We graduated in 1989. We worked at Al John's. We made a couple music videos together. He's had a band. He had a couple bands in his past where, you know, he had the long hair and I had the mullet, and you know, we had a good time making music videos. And every time we would call each other for the birthdays, it's like, yeah, happy birthday, make boxes, you know? And I think that's hence the name of this series. It's called Making Boxes. So what's the first thing?
I think my thoughts are, let's figure out if this is actually financially doable. Well, we know it's financially doable, but how much risk is it? Is it worth it? Yeah. Well, I mean, there's risk.
Everything's always risk, but it's low risk. It is.
Yeah. And then, so A, financial, then B, it's the reality of what is the level of effort, right?
So, if so, talking about, let's start with financials, okay? Food truck, what's the budget that we would have, right? A used trailer might have its little things, and you're gonna get, you know, like the one guy was saying, you know, it's better just to buy all new equipment so you don't have to worry about it failing because it is used. But, you know, so it's like if we get brand new equipment, which I would say we do, so we need to price out everything. So I can work on financials and break down. So I'm going to say just 15K right now as a budget for food for the trailer itself, and that is with minimal equipment in it. I don't like if it just has tables and a refrigerator. Go,
because then we can do the rest.
Yeah, because we don't need much. I mean, you need a chiller for the vegetables and stuff. You know, like the chiller that has the
bamery.
Yeah, that holds the
yeah
onions, peppers, mushrooms, and stuff like that. That's got to be chilled from below.
Yep.
And you know, you have that container. That's normal. But I mean,
we need two of those: one for pizza, one for subs.
Yeah, because they can't cross contaminate.
Well, I think it's space, right? So.
Yeah, you don't want to be stepping over each other inside the trailer.
I mean, it's a small trailer, but
what about the idea going back to that the you know the different colored pizza cutters? Red is for red sauce, white is for white. Because I don't have a problem making a white pie if someone wants it at the trailer.
Yeah, because that's just oil and
freaking garlic instead of
and
pizza.
it's just and you need that garlic anyway for making sauce and everything anyway. So it's already the minced garlic. So you just keep that and then just spread it on.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess my question is how do we know how much a trailer is going to cost?
Well, I've seen them all over the place. Used was between 12 to 15, and then brand new was 40 to 50. And they customize it for you. They get you the gear that you want.
Yeah. But you're right. The truck, it could be any truck. And if there's a fryer in it, you just pull it out.
Yeah, sell it.
Or you leave it.
I want the space.
Okay, so then it's also...
We really only need counter space and the cabinet for holding vegetables and cheese.
Or do you need, how many can you make? If
you
a
can
pizza
make,
takes 10 to 15 minutes to cook.
I don't think it takes that long, and not that heat. They think it's like 600
minutes. Yeah, but you gotta let the.
Well, it's gonna be already when we get there in the morning. We're already at temp all day.
Yeah, no, I know.
We're temp all day. We're cooking through it like.
Yeah, I know. I guess in an ideal world, it's better to have more. Depends how much they are.
It could be like, I mean, we're at a certain temperature. Shit, we could turn on it after we make it, put it in the oven, and it's out 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Yeah.
So I just think back to Al John's. It was. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, we used to say
7, we would say 10 to 15 minutes for pizza.
Yep.
And so you'd put it up. You'd have it done. It was 10 minutes at a 550 oven. Because you'd stretch. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. Maybe the oven's 5 to 7 minutes of time.
But it's also
We'll time it today. How's that?
yeah, we're gonna dink.